Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Michael Ring, and I am the VP of Worldwide Marketing at Zycon. I'd like to thank you all for being here. I will be your host and moderator for the day. And as you can see from the agenda here, we do have a full agenda with a lot of information. Before we get into the main portion of the presentation, I have asked Wim Moss, CEO of Zycon, to open up the meeting with some comments on the focus of Zycon. There are 5 major announcements that we will be making today. So with that, I'll invite up Wim Moss, CEO of Zycon.
Thank you, Mike. And I've learned 2 things from you. These are values that Zycon keeps. The first one is customer intimacy. Zycon is different than all the other companies because we are very close to our customers. We are very approachable, and we really like to be very close to customers. The next thing, we have continued to innovate. So let's look at 4 guiding principles if we do investments. And the first guiding principle is quality. We will never ever make products which are good enough products. We will always focus on quality. And every market has a quality segment and has a good enough segment. But we go for a quality segment. In this quality segment, we focus on profitability and productivity. So if a customer wants quality, we will try to deliver a system which is the most productive and delivers the most profit for a customer. So quality and productivity or speed. We want to offer flexibility. And flexibility in digital printing means we are flexible with different substrates. We integrate easily with different softwares. And we also easily integrate with finishing. And the last one is sustainability. As you know, Zycon is very serious about the environment. We are convinced that all the print we generate should be recyclable. We also think that the way we produce toner and the way we produce machines should be with the least as possible impact to the environment. So even in the future, if we will come up with new products and new technologies, it's going to respect Mother Nature. So let's look at what kind of results did Zycon achieve with this focus. And we're going to look a little bit at 2011 numbers. We had a record year in 2010. We grew a lot in all regions. And 2011 was almost the same as 2010. Our revenue was down a little bit, but our profitability in terms of EBITDA was on the same level. Even compared to our revenue, it was better. And our net profit showed a huge improvement. Zycon is a financially very, very strong company. And how do you measure how strong financially a company is? You look at the net debt compared to the EBITDA. It means how much debt do you have and how many years do you have to generate profit to pay for that debt. So Zycon has a lot of leverage. It means that if we want to make acquisitions or do steps or invest in new technology, we have the leverage to do that. We can easily increase our debt and have money to further invest. And that's something our customers like to hear because they like to be with a company that is going to be there for a long time. Zycon is such a company. Zycon is focused. We talked about product strategy. Let's talk about market strategy. Zycon is active in the prepress area, you know, with basis prints. There, our strategy is very clear. It's flexibility. Prepress in commercial market is becoming more and more a commodity. So how can our customers still make money? Well, we will give them flexibility so it can make a difference between them and their competition. If you look into document printing, our strategy there is protect and growth. We want to help our document printing customers to grow step by step. A really important area for Zycon is labels and packaging. In labels and packaging, we are growing. We have, in the last couple of years, we have doubled our installed base. We have doubled our business. In labels and packaging, we have also doubled our market share. We would like to further expand, and we will do that by first geography. Zycon has decided to deliver its own direct service in areas like Latin America and Asia. We used to do that via distributors, but we want to be closer to our customers, and we have started Zycon Singapore and Zycon Brazil, and we are going to have our own service teams in countries like Chile, Mexico, Brazil, India, China, Southeast Asia, Japan, and so. We want to be very close to our customers. Second one is applications. Philip will explain to you new applications that we are addressing in the label and packaging area for digital printing. And the third one is products. And This is the first announcement I would like to make today. We are launching a new product line called Thermoflex. Thermoflex is a brand we have bought from Kodak. We will implement Thermoflex in a complete different way than Thermoflex has been in the market. Let's have a look at Thermoflex. The first question I get is why? Why is Xicon, a pioneer in digital imaging and digital printing, why is Xicon stepping into pre-press for flexo and plate making for flexo? Well, the reason is simple. It's because our customer asked us. Xicon has a lot of experience. We have been doing CTP machines for a long time in the commercial market. We have been doing imagers for flexo with McDermott for the newspaper market. So we have some experience. But our customer came to us because customers are having a challenge for delivering short runs and for delivering labels and packaging in a very fast reaction time. And we as Xicon, we acknowledge that flexo is a growing market and flexo has very nice applications. And therefore, Xicon wants to be the company that helps customers make the first step in digital. We believe that more and more customers, their first step into digital used to be a digital printer. But now we see here and there that customers also want to make their own step into digital plate making. Themselves, they want to bring pre-press in-house. We see that trend more and more. And we would like to help them combine digital and flexo in the most efficient way. Our strategy is again best quality. We are going to offer worldwide service, remember. We are making our own service organization in these regions. We are going to offer workflow solutions. And we are going to put a very strong brand.
Welcome also from my side. First I'll take you a bit through an overview from what does labels and packaging represent within the Xicon company. Wim just talked about the Thermoflex, but Thermoflex is just one of the products that we have today in that market. So we have Thermoflex as a solution in the plate making environment for letterpress and flexo plates. But we also have, of course, our Xicon digital printing engines, more precisely the Xicon 3000 engines, which were introduced 4 years ago at Drupa 2008. And as Wim pointed out already, have been very successful for our company. They really have allowed us to grow tremendously in this segment based upon the value that it was offering to the industry. Now these two hardware components, the Thermoflex imagers and the digital printing presses, to excel and to really get the maximum out of it, you need to have dedicated workflow also. And you all are aware of it probably that Xicon has their X800 connected to their digital printing presses. But what are we then going to use to drive actually the Thermoflex products? Well, I can announce to you today that Xicon has went also into a partnership with Kodak to resell the Prinergy workflow and service it also. Prinergy workflow that will be connected to the Thermoflex devices and where we again will do the selling and also the service of these products. Over the years and the many years of experience that we have with the X800 but also with other front ends that we had previously, Xicon has built a tremendous know-how to understand the value of workflow. So we do really invest and evaluate the workflow technology to see that it complies also with what the customers are requiring in terms of integration capabilities, the flexibility it provides, that it really allows you to drive the devices in getting the most out of it. And that also it allows you to have the highest level of automation, because these days in Western economies, you really want to get to the maximum level of automation, try to reduce the overhead, try to reduce the labor in the process. Both workflows, the Prinergy and the X800, are market-leading technologies in their specific segment. Now coming to the digital printing aspect, we have here our Xicon 3000 engine, again introduced at Drupa 2008. We've been very successful, existing out of 4 different machines. And over the years, what has been really the success, we believe, of these products is that besides the value that they provide to the printer, we've also built solutions around it. Because today it's not about printing only, it's about being able to make a product. And when you make an investment in a digital press, the next month you want to be able to deliver really the products that the customer is producing, it being labels or it being folding cartons. And to allow that, to build those solutions, we've actually built 4 pillars around the digital printing press that we have. 4 pillars being the workflow solutions, substrate solutions, know-how around toner and consumables, actually developing specific consumables there also, and pre and post equipment. Actually, we were calling that the suites. And that is what we've been offering since 2008. If you recall, in 2008 we had there a Zycon 3300 with an inline converting unit. What kind of suites do we have already? Well, today we have the self-adhesive label suite, where you see an example of here, but there is also other configurations that are available within the suite. We have introduced at Label Expo last year the heat transfer label suite, a specific solution and really unique solution to Zycon, allowing you to decorate plastic containers by transferring the toner to the plastic containers. And at Drupa this year, we're going to introduce the folding carton suite. A bit history. Zycon has been in the market for some years already. We had already some dedication to the folding carton market. Well, you might have recalled that at IPEX 98, Zycon introduced there the DCP 50 SP. It was the first B2 press in the folding carton market. 2004, at Drupa, at one of the corners of our Drupa stand, we had a folding carton solution in line with varnishing and die cutting capabilities. 2008, we introduced the 3000 series dedicated to the labels and packaging market. 2010, we came out with the Zycon 3500, the Zycon 3050, two presses with the B2 format capability. We also introduced the QAI toner, which was a dedicated toner for the labels and packaging industry. And in 2012, Drupa, we will introduce the folding carton suite, which is going to be more suited for the folding carton market than what we had actually before. Now, what is so special about the folding carton suite? Well, centerpiece is, of course, our Zycon 3000 series technology. Having a full rotary printing capability, it will allow people to cut off the sheets at the right sheet length without having any additional waste, which you would have in sheet-fed environments or which would have on other sheet-fed digital presses. It will include also the 1200 DPI technology, which is crucial for the folding carton market, because these people are used to offset quality, fine details, sharp curves. That's where the 1200 DPI will also offer uniqueness. And it does also include the special QAI toner, but I will talk about it later. Now, the suite exists out of workflow. We have there our X800, but again, on the X800 we will have specific plugins, like, for example, the Impactor. Impactor is a plugin that will allow people to do the specific nesting. If you, for example, compare a label environment with a folding carton environment, it all comes down to reels. In folding carton, you want to maximize the use of your substrate, so the nesting of your folding cartons on a sheet is very important. Impactor will allow people to do that. We then have also the substrate network. So we have a variety of companies like Stora Enso, International Paper, SAPI, of companies where we have certified specific materials with. But beyond that, we have also a dialogue with them, so whenever customers have questions, we can answer those, we can address those. We then have our consumables, and I talked already about the QAI toner. And what kind of value does that QAI toner really bring to this market? Well, the fact, for example, that it's a food-approved toner. It's an FDA, by FDA standards, it's food-approved for indirect, dry food environment. So that's one important aspect in the folding carton market. And the second aspect that the QAI toner also delivers is the very high light fastness. You don't want your products to fade over time when they're sitting on the shelf. You want them to keep their strong colors over time, and that's of course an important aspect. The fourth pillar is the pre and post equipment. So you see, for example, that we have here the large capacity jumbo unwinder. We will have mounted on that also a web cleaning system to take away the dust that you do find in carton environments, and to enhance the reliability and automation of the autonomy from the press, of course. And then after that, we will have here the WFM, or the web finishing module, which will recondition the material, but also cut it to the right length. And those sheets will be stacked into the stacker. That is actually the first step, what happens in a folding carton environment. Then it will go into die cutting, then it will go into the folding gluing. Now, for the die cutting for the die cutting operations, we do have partnerships there with people like Kama and also with the ESCO, for example, for with their XY table, the Kongsberg tables specifically.
So number 2 is the folding carton suite. So next up, Danny, if you'll please give an overview of the document printing. Danny is the segment marketing leader for document printing.
Thank you, Mike. Also, good afternoon on my behalf. Now for the interesting segment, document printing. Users are ready to reinvest. They're looking for new equipment. They're looking for better quality. They're looking for better productivity. And they're also looking, of course, to reduce costs. But there's also another aspect. Printing is transitioning a lot. And when I look at a certain part of our users, which is growing very fast these days, these are the service providers. A lot of people think, well, it's the first time in history that print really has a competitor now. And this is the online communication, of course. And everybody goes like, document printing is going down. Document printing is not going to exist anymore. So we have to do something else. That's not completely true. It's multi-channel is in fact, the marketeers behind multi-channel are in fact reinventing print. Because they realize that paper is much more a VIP type of medium to communicate to consumers than online. The attention span of a consumer online is completely different than when he's looking at a printed piece of paper. You have him looking at that message only at that time. And he's spending quite some time looking at it as well. So what marketeers are doing, they're reinventing it and they are going to use the format. They're also going to use the print quality to create a nice looking mailing or a nice looking marketing piece that really will make the difference and that fits perfectly in a multi-channel kind of communication campaign. So at Drupa, we are going to completely renew our machine portfolio in duplex printing. We're going to introduce the Xicon 8000 series. Let me give you a little bit more an explanation on that. As you all know, in 2004 we launched the Xicon 5000, which was a machine that was really outperforming in uptime. Then 2 years later we came on with the 6000, a little bit rise in speed, 160 ppm, and then the last Drupa we introduced the 8000, together with 1200 dpi, the highest image quality, and then also the highest speed at that time, 230 pages per minute. What we will do now, we take that latest platform, the 8000, which is the best platform, and I will explain you later, and we are creating 3 models out of it. The 8500, the 8600, and the 8800. And in fact, if you look at it, the 8500 is a logical upgrade path for people that are using our 5000 today. The 8600 is a follow-up for the people that are using the 6000 today. And the 8800 is the next flagship model. So the 8500 is really positioning in the short-run commercial market, point of sales, point of purchase, short-run, direct marketing work. The 8600 is an all-rounder like the 6000 is, and then our flagship model is really going into what I talked about, the service provider market, high volume, multiple installs. Let's quickly compare the old models and the new models. A very important differentiator is that the 8000 series all lift up a little bit in speed. So, go again, 8500, 600, 800. The starting point is 160 ppm. The 8600 prints at 195 ppm, and the 8800 will print at 260 ppm standard, where the 8000 today standard is at 230 ppm. And there's a lot of things following now, but in fact, what we offer to people that are using now the 5 and the 6000 models is a cheaper running cost, 20% less, because the 8000 platform is better in lifetimes on developer and drums. Better image quality with a different development, imaging and development system. And the 1200 dpi, of course. It's all on the latest toner platform, the QAP, which reduces the maintenance. And all the models are speed upgradable. So if you invest in an 8500 today and you want to move up to an 8600, 800, it's all speed upgradable without having to bring a forklift in to do that. We also introduced a new GUI, a new operator interface, which is called MyPress, together with the X800. We'll also have a feature on board which is called toner optimization mode. And all models now can work with microtoner, which means that you can, in fact, in one pass print 4 colors plus micro. How do we position these machines? When I explain a little bit the grid here, when I have on the horizontal base productivity or speed, and on the vertical base image quality, if you go to the more to the left, it's more like the cut sheet oriented market. If you go more to the right, it's more the roll fed production. And then you have low, medium and high print quality. You can divide it up a little bit in 9 sections and you can put different applications on it based on the requirements of speed and quality, where you have completely up in the right corner on top what I put to develop in digital. This is where I think offset is today. High productivity and high print quality. Of course, it cannot be variable data, but still, It's only quality and speed. The R1000 series, we are sort of in the middle market, on the twilight zone between cut sheet and roll fed production. And with this, we have 3 models that enlarge our spot in that market. As I said, all upgradable. We also will offer 2 different quality. There's high quality, this is what Zycon stands for, and there's good enough quality. And I never thought in my whole career that customers would ask me to reduce the print quality. But in fact, if you look at it, there is a certain business sense to it. We call it toner optimization mode. It's another form of customer-driven innovation. Customers have asked us, can you not offer us maybe a lower printing quality? So we can offer 2 types of pricings to our users. And that way we can keep our quality at a better price level, and the lower quality we can offer to compete with good enough quality which is out there in the market. On the other hand, in the service provider market, we have quite some systems that are sitting next to a good enough quality device. Let's call it an inkjet. Some applications cannot be run. Some don't make sense to be run either. And certainly for short runs and reprints, there is a certain interest to migrate that volume over to a Zycon. It's a volume enabler. It drives volume to the machines. It's an operator selectable mode. You can do that job by job on the new X800 MyPress operator interface. We apply different tone curves just to avoid the misunderstanding. It's not UCR, it's really on the streamer side. So really when we are imaging, we are going to apply a different tone curve to the image. And by doing that, and depending on the application, the customer can save up to 50% of his toner usage, which really dramatically lowers the cost. As I said, we will also at Drupa introduce the new X800 3.0, the MyPress engine controller and user interface. Another example of customer-driven innovation, because we talked to a lot of our operators and they make it easier. They gave us tips on making it easier to use. Operators can create different profiles. It's state-of-the-art. We developed it also together with some research institutes in Europe for usability and new media. We fully leverage APPE by introducing a parallel RIP option, so on the same server you can have multiple RIPs working together. Also PDF VT support is taken to the next level, let's say. And of course, as you all know, our IPDS control, we have a new software version for that as well. In fact, our intention is always, whatever workflow you have, if it's graphic arts or if it's more AFP driven, we try to guarantee the high image quality, so let's say the bandwidth of the workflow is always guaranteed at rated engine speeds, and also in 5 colors in IPDS.
So the third announcement is the Zycon 8000 series. So what I will do now is bring up Christoph to talk about commercial prepress.
Thank you, Mike. I would like to start my presentation with a tagline which is really emphasizing, let's say, the strategy for Basisprint, which is with quality, give and go for flexibility. If you look at the CTP industry nowadays, CTP is there for 15, 20 years. So it really has become a commodity market. So all CTP suppliers today offer acceptable quality, acceptable speed. If you look at the ongoing consolidation of print shops, business model that change, increasing availability of trade shops, especially in emerging markets, flexibility becomes very important. Okay? This is why we, with our Basisprint CTP solution for conventional plates, we really focus a lot on unique features and flexibility, so we can offer tools to our customers to differentiate in their competitive market. Now, of course, how do we translate flexibility into a product? With more than 15 years of experience in manufacturing CTP, we will be announcing quite a new range of products at Drupa. So let's first start maybe with the VLF machines. So we will introduce a new VLF platform offering different models. First model will be a manual version, and that version is mainly focused on trade shops in the emerging markets. Okay, manual, everyone understands it. It's manual loading of plates, manual unloading of plates. The other model is what we call the SA, which is a semi-automatic version. Same principle, you load your plates manually on the flatbed, but the plate is taken automatically into a processor. And then the last one is what we call the VLF MCA, which is a multi-cassette automation. So fully automated, 4 cassettes online. Each cassette can hold 1 stack of VLF plates, or you can also put 2 stacks of 8-up plates. In the automatic version, we will of course remove the slip sheet, and optionally you can have some punching. Now, all platforms support plate sizes up to 1485 by 2100 millimeter. I think some of you can already see the design a little bit, where we actually work with shutter doors. So those shutter doors will open very seamlessly by just putting on a pedal. The doors open very efficiently, so you can easily put some plates on there. We have to offer some unique features, and the first feature is one which probably no other supplier in the market is offering nowadays. We call it FlexPo, which comes from flexible exposure. So this flexible exposure option actually provides continuous productivity. Just to give you an idea how it works, so this is our flatbed design, this is our table. We actually put, let's say, 2 8-up plates on our flatbed table. The imaging head will start imaging, for example, plate 2. After imaging plate 2, it will move to plate 1 and start imaging plate 1. While it's imaging plate 1, the operator can remove the plate 2, put it in the processor, and load another plate on position of plate 2. Finished with plate 1, it moves quickly to plate 2, imaging, so you can remove plate 1, put it in the processor, put another plate. So you can really have your continuous operation. Another unique feature is our dynamic autofocus. So with our dynamic autofocus, we guarantee a consistent distance between our imaging head and any substrate we image. So even if you are confronted with undulating plates, the imaging head will always follow the surface of our plates, so always guaranteeing a perfect focus. Another feature is that our system can work with a wide latitude of plate sizes. Even on the VLF, we can image plates as small as 200 by 200 millimeter, up to the maximum size of 1485 by 2100. We can also work with any plate sensitivity. As you know, conventional plates, there's a huge availability of conventional plates in the market, especially from the Asian market. Sensitivities vary a lot, so you can find plates of 30 millijoule up to 300 millijoule. Our optical head can cope with any sensitivity on the market. We can even work, especially in India, for example, with wipe-on plates. Used a lot over there. Now, not only will we introduce a new range of VLF platforms, we will also introduce the next generation of 4-up and 8-up machines. There we will have 4 different models, just like with the VLF platform. We will have a manual one,